Right. Still nothing new. Hi, Kevin. Hey, a new one. Okay. Kombakua. Kombakua. Itchy. Mint is now the Kevin Bacon of VTubing. Why is Mint now the Kevin Bacon of VTubing? Did she do a bunch of drugs? Yes. Well, Kevin's got a reason for why she is. Just need to know what it is. This one. This one. Everyone is connected to her? Oh, okay. What was I looking for? Red. Red sleeves. And Tier 4 bats. She just did the mix for Fuamoko concert and was flirting with Nimi earlier. Okay, yeah, she's getting to be quite the social butterfly for somebody who says she absolutely hates associating with people. Is that volume 1? Yeah, okay, that's just volume 1. Volume... Uno. And then... Anybody buying anything? No. Oh, don't forget to pay the boys. Prior to that, she had concerts with Doki, Doobie, and FaZe Connect. Yeah. Yeah, she's a real introvert. Or maybe she just... Maybe she's just farming that cash, bro. She's putting in the work for those dollary dues. We all gotta make that cash. I wish I had a nice big fat ulterior cash flow as well. I mean, that's her main cash flow, but I wish I had, like, merch or something. Been thinking about shaving off my eyebrows to throw people off. Thoughts? Use a rusty razor. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Bet we didn't even make a dent in how many of those cards we need. Three. Six. 9. 10. 14, 18, 20, 23, 24, 25, 27, 29, 33, 37, 39, 42, 45, 48, 52, 53, 55, 58, 62, 64, 67, 69, 71, 73, 76, 79, 81, 85, 87. We still need 87. Just from the rare. Replace it with eyeliner? Replace what with our... What? Oh, replace the eyebrows with eyeliner. Okay. Like, what the hell are you talking about, Kevin? Of course, that's not new. Sorry, just taking a drink. Jesse, what are you talking about, right? It's time to cook, Mr. W! Bitch! Yay, a new one! I don't think I'm even going to talk to the people who are doing trades anymore. They almost never have anything that I want, and if they do have something I want, they want one of my single cards for it. Definitely, if we do another playthrough of this, we are getting the mod that opens like 1 billion packs at once. Or in incredibly high speeds. Unless we get cards with boobies on them, then we need to go slow. Yay, another new one. Woo! Ugh, excuse me. Yes. What? Where the hell did the rest of my cleanser go? Fuckers. God, I hope not. Don't see the box anywhere. Which means they restocked it with my supply. Holy shit, a dead body! Right. I do not know how these get emptied so quickly. I might have forgotten to order them, too. Wow, why do I even hire these fucking people? Okay. Then that guy. And green and yellow deck. Both albums. Night, get some sleep. Hasta mañana. That. Okay, tier 4. Pigs, stars, and bats. And more kitsunes and more of that big guy. And anything else? Green premiums. Oh, there was nothing over here? Oh, I guess not. Oof. Okay. Back to business as usual. Jesus Christ, why the fuck is my phone blowing up now? Why? What? What? Wow. Two messages just from the weather app was like, oh, it's raining and it might snow. No shit. Thank you so much. Couldn't have looked out the fucking window to tell that. Precipitation! Yeah, apparently people all over town have been like crashing into shit already. I'm just like, why? It has been raining so much in the past 3 months. Why the fuck are you people having a hard time driving in it now? Yay, a new one! At some point soon. We're just grinding, unfortunately. There's nothing real new going on here. Just continually opening packs until we get the cards that we need. I'm pretty much ignoring the trade people too. If I happen to be in there and talk to them and they have something that I need, cool. If not, I'm not gonna bother. And they need it for buying, not for actual trading. We still need 70 some cards from this particular set. I think from the very, very first one, we only need like 20-ish cards. So... Thinking of upgrading my CPU would also require me to get a new motherboard and RAM. Yep. Depends on the CPU, but more than likely, if you haven't replaced your motherboard and RAM in a long, long time, yeah, that's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you a lot. Put my legs up. Ugh. Oh, that's better. It's about 4 years old. Did you upgrade it in 2020? That would have been a hard sell. Techno's computer is about 5 years old now. It's around when you built this computer, give or take a year, yeah. Wow, I am just like super tired and give no shits today. Not even a new one. Yeah, there's a new one. $2019, yeah, that's when I built Techno's computer. Around the end of 2019, early 2020. I think it was just before Christmas 2019. His is starting to get up there in age too. I'm wondering when the first component's gonna die. And which one it's gonna be. More than likely the video card. He's still only rocking like a 2060. Your GPU is almost 10 years old? Wow. What do you have, a 970 or something? I do need that, but I only have one of those, so fuck off. A 1060? Okay. I have a 1080 in my other computer. It still works. I don't play AAA games or anything now, so. I like these people that go and get like a super duper expensive computer, like a $2,900 computer or a $3,900 computer, and they play League of Legends. That's all they play. It's like, bro, you don't need that. You don't need even half that. You need less than half of that to play League. You could literally get like a baseline Dell and it'll play League. This better not be the weather service telling me that there's snow coming. This time it was Google. Google's like, "Oh, we have new things." Like, yeah, nobody cares, Google. Stop trying to play so many fucking ads on YouTube. That'll make us fucking happy. When I first played League in 2010, they had a 2D mode for potatoes. Nice. Oh, what are you gonna play on this? RuneScape? Shit. Here's one of those little PCs that you can literally glue to the back of your TV. Use that. Even people saying, "Oh, I want to play Cyberpunk." It's like, dude, you need a quad core processor and like a 2080 or 2060 for that. It's fine. Maybe a 3060. Wow, even that $700 guy was not new. Damn. Oh, it's not 9 o'clock yet. I don't want in there. I just want to keep opening my packs. We've only gotten like 8 new cards since we checked, so we still have like 70 to go. I honestly don't see how we keep getting all the same ones. At least they cleaned up the opening animation. How did... Never mind. Like, we got the $700 version of that guy, but that guy, the $16 version, is what we were missing. How? $59. Just 2 packs? $54 for 2 packs? Holy fuck. Really? Are they that expensive? No? Oh, she must have had a... She must have had a single card slipped in there or something. The fuck? And lazy sack of shit. That guy. Nothing else there. That one. That guy there. Right. Red deck. Green deck box. Second tier rock. Third tier rock. Toon Z. And that's it. Swear to God, don't ding me if it's not new. I'm trying to sleep over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I also wanted to get an AMD GPU this time, but it's also tempting to get an NVIDIA for AI. I don't know. I'd say the GPUs are pretty much even right now. When it comes to most things. But, like, yeah. Whatever it is, RTX and AI are pretty much the only things you get an NVIDIA for. The rest is just to save money, but I wonder if AMD GPUs are just as expensive now, so... People used to buy AMD for the affordability. It used to be much cheaper. Wow, even that $1,000 card was not a duplicate, or was a duplicate. Wow. They'll need to wait until March for when AMD releases theirs. Ah. Well. It all depends. All depends what's going on. If those cards are manufactured outside of the US, you're kind of fucked. I think almost all of the graphics cards are. And because the current president is a complete and total fucking idiot, he doesn't realize that tariffs are bad for everyone here. And he's not sticking it to any other country. The only reason he thinks it affects other countries is because somebody told him they did. The fucker's not gonna sit down and read about tariffs. He's too busy playing golf and guzzling down McDonald's. Yep. I wonder how the situation with Canada is gonna play out. Canada's not taking his bullshit, so it's gonna be interesting. Quite honestly, I think Canada should do exactly what they said they're gonna do. Tell them to fuck off and, you know, make counter tariffs and cut off electricity and water to like half the northern United States. Please do. Please do. That would be fantastic. Sorry for everybody up in the north. Still think it's a puppet government under Trump? Could be. Or Trump's the puppet. The people we really have to watch out for are the people who are billionaires, and he gave them positions of power. But CPUs, GPUs, and all that other stuff are becoming very hard to find again, and the prices are going up. Just like in the pandemic, except this is because basically everybody is financially scared in this country right now. And it's no surprise as to why. There's a lot of people that speculate that basically the Republican administration right now basically wants pure financial chaos. They want to fuck up the global economy and take as much cash as they possibly can along the way. Might have to hold off on the GPU upgrade for another 4 years if it gets too expensive. I don't blame you. What GPU do you have? Oh, the 10... That's right, that's right. I thought you meant CPU. What CPU do you have? I didn't ask about what CPU you had. Sorry. 3700. Is that the 8-core? Yeah, I think it is. Techno has the 3600 XT, or 3600X, 3600X. The 5-core. 6-core? 6-core. Whatever. Oh, it's the X? Okay. What am I rocking on this? I think this is the 5800. 5700? I think this is the 5700. It's the lower power consuming GPU of the 5000 series. Nope. Yeah, the point of this build was to build a PC that was low power consumption, even on full tilt. So the processor is only 65 watts. The GPU is like maximum output 200 watts or 170 watts or something like that. It's an RTX 4060, and everything else total. There's one M.2 drive, and there's a SATA 3 drive. Total output wattage from the CPU or from the computer at any one point in time is like 375 to 415 watts. So, and that's like running as much as it possibly can. And I've got a 550 watt power supply on it, which is the lowest wattage output computer in the house. Your CPU can keep going for a couple of years, but your GPU is desperate for an upgrade. Just get a 4060, dude. A 4060 is more than enough. It will run everything you've currently ran and then some. In fact, why don't we look at it? A 1060 versus a 4060. Oh my god, why can't we just... yeah, numbers, please. But I want a new gen GPU? Yeah, but you're only going to pay $300 for a 4060. You're going to pay $1,000 for a 5060. I don't even think they make a 60. You have to get a 5070. Oh, they're gonna make a 5050 and a 5060? Oh, what the hell? They announced that they weren't going to do that. Okay, a 1060 versus a 5060. User benchmark, do you even have anything? User benchmark doesn't have anything. But what we were looking at before with the 1060 versus a 4060. 45th versus 122nd. It's $299. It's 100% better in almost all categories. You're getting like double the output. And if you get the one that I bought, which is the 4060, I'm sorry, RTX 4060 MSI Gaming. That one right there. The Gaming X. It was like $320. But if you get a new GPU, you'll probably have to get a new motherboard anyway, because it'll be, I mean, the cards are backwards compatible on, like, your Gen 3 slot, but you'll want at least Gen 4. And guaranteed these are Gen 5. PCIe, so it's your choice. It's not like it's full of loss or anything. Newer GPUs are backwards compatible all the way down to Gen 1 PCIe slots. You could stick them in an old motherboard and they'd work, but you can live with it? Okay. I say get a 4060, dude. They're probably still reasonably priced. I actually want to see. Let's go to Newegg. RTX 4060 Gaming MSI. Yep, this one right here. $654. Oh, from Hong Kong. Oh. Bro, these cards went up a lot. This 4060 Ti was $500 2 months ago. This MSI game, this is the one I have. This card was fucking like $325. $325. Holy balls. This shit went up quick. Damn. Never mind. Grab what you can, bro. Yeah, the tariffs are already tearing a hole in the fucking economy, bro. Don't be surprised if your groceries are 20% more now. This is fucking disgusting. I hope somebody mass murders that fucking clown along with all of his other cronies, including Tusk. Somebody needs to take care of all those fucking people. Get them out of power immediately. Get the fucking government, at the very least, back to the status quo. Status quo is definitely better than this bullshit. But I kind of want the people who voted for him to suffer. It's like, you fucking did this, and we want you to know. We want you to feel the pain. But everybody else has to feel the pain too, because you people are too fucking stupid to know what you were doing. It sucks that if we're gonna save ourselves, we have to save those dipshits too. But a very large portion of American voters did not vote. And those people are the ones that literally should pay the price. The MAGA people for sure, but those people should pay the price too. Go be fucking complacent and then let this shit happen? Go fuck yourself. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of people, I'm sure, voted against Kamala Harris because she was a woman. But you know what? A woman would have been a hell of a lot better than this orange trash bag full of porno mags running the country. Letting fucking billionaires go up during his inauguration day and give Nazi salutes and shit. That motherfucker should have been shot off the stage for that. You think somebody would have been able to get away with that in the 1950s? They would have fucking shot him as he was leaving. He would have had his ass beaten in the parking lot at least 5 times before he got to his car. Like, we don't tolerate that kind of shit around here. And if he wouldn't have been beaten up by Americans, he definitely would have been murdered by Europeans for that. There's no doubt in my mind that that man wants to be a Nazi so bad. Oh, yeah, that's where that goes. Alright. Dude's like, excuse me, I'd like to trade? No. Currently, the best GPU for around $300 is the RX 7600 or RX 6650 XT. You'd be get words. Hang on. Let me see here. Let's see if they sold out of all their normal GPUs. Looks like people have learned from the past. Dell likes to carry, like, some aftermarket GPUs just in case people want another one in their computer. And it looks like they've been cleaned out. Usually in the first couple of pages, you'll find like a couple of MSIs, you'll find a couple of PNYs, you'll find a few of those. And usually they're not caught up to market prices. It looks like somebody came in here once the tariffs started and cleared out all of Dell's GPUs. People didn't think to do that at the beginning of the pandemic. But I guess people learned their lesson there, so I thought I was going to be able to find you a bit of a save there. The 6750? Ew. I don't know. The 7600 probably isn't a bad idea. I'm sorry, the 7600. Or the 6750. XT. Let's see here. Well, there's a Speedster Radeon from XFX. 12 gigs. 329. Ships from in the US. Who the fuck is carrying this? I'd be very, very careful of who's carrying this. Jesus fuck. Blech. It doesn't say it's being shipped by Newegg. So I'd be kind of wary of that. Oh no, shipped by Newegg. Okay. Sold and shipped by Newegg, which is a good thing. The 6750 XT isn't bad. It's literally 2150 megahertz, 2600 megahertz. Those are decent core and boost clock numbers. Like mine is the RTX 4060 gaming MSI. What are my clock speeds? I get 2595 boost clock. The specs. 3072 CUDA cores. So your core clock, okay, your game clock, and then your boost clock is 2600, 2495, and 2150. How is this card $654? Like, literally, it was $315 when I bought it. $329.99 is not bad for this card, quite honestly. This card during the pandemic was at like $1,000 for the longest time. RX 7600. This is 8 gigs. The core clock or 2048 stream processors. It's not really giving you clocking numbers, which is kind of strange. Alright, here we go. 1720, 2250, and 26.5. Okay, so the lower end cards, especially the especially these for some reason. What's a 7900 worth these days? Is it super high up on the list? Oh, that's not bad. 679 for a 7900 XT? Shit, that's actually pretty fucking good. This one, the Sapphire Nitro Plus, is still $1,200. Okay. But, I don't know, an ASRock Phantom for $679? That's not bad. A Sapphire Pulse for $719? That's not bad either. And they're not used, they're new. I don't know. That seems like a pretty good deal. What about the 7800? That's even better. A 7800 XT Sapphire Pulse for $479? I'd fucking buy that. Plus the Sapphire Pulses look cool. $7,800. You'd be willing to pay just under $500 for a card. Okay. If you're willing to pay just $500 for a card, I would probably go with a Sapphire Pulse or an XFX Speedster. You can get a Power Color Fighter. There's even with GPU combos. That's interesting. I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, you can get a Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9 for $868, Ryzen 5 for $698, plus a Sapphire Nitro. Not a Nitro Plus, just a Nitro, because the Nitro Plus is usually like super duper Giga Chad. But a Sapphire Pulse, yeah, these cards tend to be like workhorses too. They'll just keep working for you. Not a huge amount on the core clocks and boost clocks, so getting something like I had would probably be better, but not for $600. That's just highway robbery. This card will run just as well, and it's, you know, it is literally a generation behind. So you would have to wait for AMD to announce their new ones, and they might not be reasonably priced because of the tariffs. Or you can get a reasonably priced GPU that will probably last you another 3 or 4 years until, hopefully, something better comes along. Presidential or otherwise. It's 9 p.m. Okay. Let's order this, and then let's look more into the graphics card thing. Just Mafia works, okay. 1 and 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. And then the green lady. Nope, that fire one. This guy here. Still probably going to wait for the 9700 releases. Yeah, I mean, you can. They're just going to be expensive, like over $1,000. Guaranteed. I think they were like listed as like no, they were listed as like 700, 800, and 900, or 8, 9, and 1,000, or something like that. 9070? You want to buy a 9070? Why did they skip 5,000 and go straight to 9,000? It's over 9,000. It is. AMD changed their numbering system this year. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the 9700. They don't do 9070. That's NVIDIA. NVIDIA does that. The small increment, and then AMD does the large increments per card. It looks like none of this sold, with the exception of those Earth decks down there. Let's go double check the floor to make sure dipshit didn't leave any fucking boxes anywhere. Okay. No, it's going to be the AMD 9070? Something tells me they're just trying to piss off NVIDIA. I want those dipshits to actually do work. Not just like trounce out here and find a couple of boxes and then like stand around for 20 minutes. And it goes up there. Did I miss one? I did miss one. Not what I meant to do. I am also getting kind of sick of playing this game. Open the store. Okay. Save the game. Alright, let's have a look-see. Video card. I suppose we can play something in the background, huh?
Okay.
Let's see here. But you must reach a year. I'll get there. I'm not quitting the game, I'm just putting it aside for a minute. Because I don't want to deal right now. Alright, so... So the 5070 up to the 5090 are out. And RTX goes to the 7900 XTX. $970, yeah. This is more interesting. Oh my god, they're getting distracting. Okay, let's I can't think. There. Okay. You're not going for an XTX. What's your budget? It's like the 7900 XT within your budget, $679 for an ASRock. Oh wow, an ASRock creator. Wow. It's a 20 gig card for 700. Like, what's your budget, Intricity? What are you willing to spend? $300 to $500. Well, none of the... Okay, the new AMDs... What do we got? 76, 79. They do not mention their new ones yet. Radeon 9000 series. To be announced, AMD has not even come close. Oh, here we go. No, those are processors, not GPUs. I really like that everyone's speculating, but AMD hasn't even announced these things yet. Nope. People are talking about it and speculating. They're like, oh, the 9070 XT. I mean, Radeon is the same thing, but fine. RX 9000 series. There is still just AMD community, which is nothing but speculation. There's nothing but videos and speculation videos, but there is absolutely no concrete evidence that AMD is releasing these things immediately, and even on pricing or tech or anything. This is all forums. This is all speculation. This is all speculation. It's due in March. Okay. You can either wait until March. So a 9700 XT is 7800 XT might be in your price range. Yeah, here we go. Again, the Sapphire Pulse, the XFS Speedster, the 319 or the 210, Power Color Hellhound. All these are 16 gigs. The Asus is $10 out of your price range. And if you want to go for something a little less bang for your buck, you can go with the 7700 XT. 12 gigs instead of 16 gigs. Much lower core clocks, What can we get in the NVIDIA department? What's a 5070 gonna set you back? No prices. Okay. Let's go with the 4060 and the 4060 Ti. Oh, here we go. I know the reason my MSI one, the 4060 Gaming 8X, I know why it goes for a lot because it has the highest core clock out of all the 4060s. Out of all the ones that I saw when I was buying it, too. That's your current plan, or the RTX 5070 or 5060. And the 5060 is not going to come out until they sell a shitload of 5070s. Guaranteed. Because right here, 5070 to 5090, you will not see a 5060 until a year later. Right here. That's what they did with the 40s and the 30s. The 3060 was not released until a year after the 3070 was. They want to make as much money as humanly possible off the people that have to have the Founders Edition shit, and then they will release the 60 version as a price drop. As a that's why they released the 3050 also. So when they released the 3070 and the 3070 and the 3080, they then released the 3090. Then they released the 3060, and then they released the 3070 Ti, and then the 3090 Ti. Then they released the 3060 Ti. Like the 30, and then they released the 3050 because graphics cards were egregiously priced. Now, the 3050 wasn't nearly as powerful as the 3060. It was about a 15% loss in power, but it was also half the price of a current 3060. So, pick your battles. If you want power, all right, you want power. Are you going to play a ridiculous AAA game? Because if you're not going to play ridiculous AAA games, then stick with the 60s or maybe a low-end 70. Because you don't need all that power. You just don't. In fact, most games aren't going to be able to catch up to the hardware for a while now. Especially to like the higher end power. And keep in mind that some of these cards are designed for mining, and they don't have the same kind of graphics capability, which is why if you would see like, what's a good example? Like here, the 294.99, the Ventus 2, the Ventus 2X, I guarantee you that's made for mining. And then they have another Ventus 2X overclock for gaming. And it's only a couple dollars difference. But some of these are literally made for mining. I think some of them are actually labeled for it. All of them are... You can mine with all of them. Oh, here. The LHR. Right here. The 3060 Ti LHR. This was designed for gaming. Because so many people were buying mining cards that they created versions of their video cards to make mining a bitch and a half to handle for these cards. The LHRs were literally so people could just buy a reasonably priced GPU. Because everybody was buying them for crypto mining. And I forget what LHR means, but it's like... It's literally not for mining. Either that or the LA charts were for mining. Which was it? Low or limited hash rate. Yeah, so limited hash rate meant that it was not for mining. They literally wanted you to use the card as a video graphics card to play video games, not mine shit. The hash rates on these are very low, so they don't do the same amount of algorithmic functions that other video cards do. And then some cards were literally built for it. Like, there were a couple. The Nitro series from Sapphire, they used to actually have a little switch on, a little physical switch on them that switched them from high graphics mode to low graphics, high mathematics mode. So, take your pick. But I don't think the Nitros do that anymore, and if they do, it's not advertised. But I mean, if all you're going to do is just wait, then just wait. You don't want to spend your money right now, don't spend your money right now. And if you got nothing else, I guess we'll just get back to opening packs. Because there's nothing else to talk about if you're just going to wait. I recommend a 7800 XT or a 7900. You'll get plenty of performance out of it and everything. Just know that Guild Wars 2's spaghetti code tends to argue with AMD graphics cards. For some reason, it just does not like AMD cards. Techno, I gave Techno a top-of-the-line card when I first built his computer. His computer was built to be Team Red all the way. Everything was AMD-based, including his RAM. It was like specifically used for AMD processors. And I gave him an RX 5700 XT, which at the time was like one of the better performing AMD video cards. It was like $390 for that card. Yes, it wasn't like the super top of the line, but it was a really nice card. It was actually from Vision. Something Vision. I forget. Dell used to use them for their high-end graphics cards. Anyway, I put that in his computer, and it was arguing and skipping all the time playing Guild Wars, but nothing else. So it constantly argued with Guild Wars, so. Someone touching my spaghetti. Yeah, AMD cards tend to not like Guild Wars, so. It was fine when you were running Guild Wars for a while, but it was frustrating Techno. It's like, if there was one thing he hated, it was when Guild Wars had loading issues. Like, he does not like it when the graphics in that game in particular, of all games, skips slightly at all. Especially when it didn't do that when he was running his old, like, he was running it off of his old, like, 2 gig NVIDIA card. So instead of giving him the 5700 XT, I gave him a an GTX or an RTX 2060 6 gig. And that's what he's still using to this day. It's a gaming card from MSI. The MSI series gaming cards, if it says Gaming X, Gaming G, those are really well built, high quality video cards. It doesn't matter which one it is, too. You go for the gaming series, they tend to put more emphasis on graphics, and they have higher core clocks than the normal ones, like anything you'd get from Gigabyte or PNY or anything like that. I'm not surprised somebody cleaned out Dell. You know, I am actually curious to see now if somebody cleaned out the gaming consoles too. Hold up. Let's see if somebody cleaned out the gaming consoles too. That would be electronics, home electronics. And shop gaming consoles. Nope, there's plenty of Nintendo Switches, PS5s. Looks like Dell learned from their mistakes last time. Did they get new Xbox controllers in? DualSense. Ooh, they got the red one. They have the purple one? I want the purple Xbox controller. Where is it? There it is. No, that's a Zen Pro. Never mind. I want the Xbox. Xbox. No, nope, they're out of an Xbox Elite already. I can already see a pattern here. Yep, there it is. Temporarily out of stock. Temporarily out of stock. They're always out of Xbox controllers. Bro, for real? You had to respond to her email, so you missed everything I said. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, there's an Elite wireless, but I don't want to pay $180 for a fucking controller. Oh well. Anyway, Intricity, I was talking about how RX video cards prefer a PS controller layout. I do too, but almost every game on Steam wants you to use an Xbox controller, because almost all games on Steam have Xbox controller support, and some of them have partial support for PS5 and PS4 controllers. So, just letting you know. If you go onto your Steam menu and you start looking through the lists and go into the controller settings, you'll find that an Xbox controller is almost always welcome, and all the other controllers are like, we might have support for this controller. We might. It'll be partial support. We won't have all the features, and we really don't care what you think. Anyway, what I was saying was RX video cards, AMD Radeon RX video cards, have a hard time arguing with Guild Wars 2. Just letting you know that. If you get an NVIDIA video card, it will more than likely be flawless working with Guild Wars 2. But, for some god-awful reason, AMD cards have minor issues with the spaghetti code of Guild Wars 2. So, when I gave Techno his new computer in 2019, late 2019, it had an RX 5700 XT in it. That was a very well-built, from VisionTech, a very, very well-built, really, really nice video card for like $390. And Techno hated it within the first day. I had to replace it within like 2 weeks because it was giving him like OCD, like major OCD, because it was skipping ever so slightly on every little thing in Guild Wars 2. He would turn around, it would skip. He would change areas, it would skip. He would get into a thing, it would skip. It would run after that and periodically skip every once in a while, but it was driving him nuts. I put an NVIDIA 2060 Gaming X MSI in it, or Gaming G MSI in it, 6 gig. The other one was 8 gig, by the way. Put that card in there, ran like a dream. Techno does no. It just, those AMD cards just have a hard time with Guild Wars. So, if Guild Wars is your main game, I would suggest an NVIDIA. They might have fixed it by now, but it was a big deal back then, and I haven't used an AMD since. So I used an AMD up until the day I sold that PC. AMD video cards are really, really good for editing. Because they have a lot of good features for editing. And you'll still have people say, "Oh, I just want to use the AI of the NVIDIA cards." Like, sure, but AMD is better for like scrubbing and capacity and all those other things. So if you want a really good workstation, use an AMD card. And there's kind of a reason why AMD makes some of the best editing video cards on the market too. Like all of their W cards. Oh man, those things are fucking beasts. NVIDIA makes them too, but AMD makes really, really good ones. You'll let me know when you get the AMD then? Okay. They had the issue. I don't know if they have it anymore. I haven't used a card since that 5700 XT, so I don't know if like any of their other cards had that issue or if they finally programmed it out. But I used to see a whole bunch when the 5000 series came out, the RX 5000 series. When the 5000 series came out, there were a lot of Guild Wars 2 gamers upset because they were like, "I bought this brand new, super duper AMD card, and it just took a shit like loading everything in Guild Wars 2." And I don't know if AMD ever gave enough of a crap to fix it. Kevin, could you take care of that, please? Cheap viewers, holy shit! Kevin, are you awake or are you doing dailies or something? Oh, there you go. Thank you. I don't know if you're on your phone in bed or if you're playing Fall Guys or something. Or both. I don't know how you're playing Fall Guys on your phone. That sounds impressive. Yes. Okay. I'll leave it at that. No further details needed. Yay, a new one! Woohoo! We're slowly whittling away at it, just like this game is slowly whittling away at my sanity. But I promised myself I would play this mod free. Mod free! Important posts incoming to Discord. I did likey the picture you posted. Let's see what else we got here. I like Bibu in a bikini, quite honestly. That's a cute. She's got kind of like that sly look on her face, and of course, Kyla Butt cannot argue with a blacksmith butt. I forgot to post. I forgot to post stuff. Damn it. Oops. Okay, there we go. I forgot Shift Tab, like, freezes a game instance, just in case any of you were wondering. It works on most games, from what I understand. I may be wrong about that. Don't sue me, don't quote me. $1,100. More. More. More! Oh yeah, give me more of that. Give me more! Ew, whatever that is, but it wasn't new. It wasn't new. Of course, the ghost foily or the ghost card, because that was not a foil, was not new. This game doesn't want us to be happy. It made us buy our first ghost foil. This game's like, nah, fuck you. No being happy for you. I guess we're not optimizing. We're not optimizing. Why do you need 3 copies of Claim, bro? These fucking lazy sacks of shit. I don't know why they're working less than usual. Look at this. What the fuck do they do all day? I put their boxes up. Is it because the boxes only had 1 in them? At least put 1 on the shelf, bro. I swear to God, I pay these fucking people to be here. And then they don't even, like, mildly do their job half the time. They're just like, oh, the shelf's empty, that sucks. Bye. Would have been better off hiring monkeys. Yeah, I have 2 boxes of everything. Like, all these shelves right here were empty. And I'm just like, but there's stuff in the stock room. What the fuck were these people doing all day? I'd be mad at myself if I was a stock person in this place. Fucking idiots. Oh, now this shit's starting to sell. Oh, wait. We better go check the floor to make sure these dipshits didn't drop any boxes anywhere. Okay. I don't see anything. They drop them behind. Ah, right here. These motherfuckers. I'm about to cut bitches. Could do this shit better myself. Just leave Cash Money here. At least he does his fucking job. All right. Box of Claim. 2 boxes of the Gate game. Box of penny sleeves. Oh my god. Cheapest sleeves in town. Box of the first playmat. Box of the fire guy. This fire guy. Here. Anything else? No. Blue deck boxes. Cheapest sleeves in town again. And albums. Epic packs. Basic and rare boxes. And legendary Destiny boxes. And then in the figures, tier 3 stars and bats. Then one of each tier 4. Then Kitsune's. And what is this? Volume 8. 8. And that's it. All right. Almost tempted not to pay those boys. Like, basically don't pay salaries until morale improves. But that would just make me a boomer billionaire piece of shit. So I'd rather not. Too bad I can't pick up like 10 boxes at once. That'd be great. That'd be great. I could have you come in on Saturday. You know, I might even have you come in on Sunday too. Okay, buddy? That'd be great. Be like, no, you'll see me on Monday. And only Monday. And if you don't like it, well, that's just great. Like, I have told my boss before that if there's no reason for me to be there, I'm not going to be there. And if I definitely have other things to do, and there's no reason for me to be there, guess what? I'm not gonna be there. The students can run the building. Like, I can still do my job and not be at home. Or not be in the work building. So, yeah. I'm gonna push every button except the button that I need to push. Yay me. Okay, all the things are loaded. The stock room is loaded back up. I'm going to literally stand right here facing this way, so I can immediately hit store open. Boom. Get in there, nerds. Ow, my elbow. Oh, why? Ugh, guys, don't get old. It hurts. Then again, I spent 4 years as a store clerk stocking shelves, so yeah. And I did a few more, like, high labor jobs back in the day, too. Try to avoid high labor. Your body will be semi-nicer to you. But also, don't forget to, like, stand up and walk around, shower, eat healthy, that kind of thing. Or as healthy as you can. Be a man, do the right thing. No. That be a man bullshit, there's really nothing that makes somebody a man. Just like there is absolutely no reason a woman can be like whatever size she wants to be. Here's a pro tip for anybody who wants a relationship or thinks that women or men should be like a certain way. Women are not required to be supermodels. Men are not required to be Giga Chads. Okay? Easy as pie, right there. And not to mention, by the way, the standards for beauty for men, in my opinion, tend to be higher than the standards of beauty for women for looking for a mate. Not necessarily for, you know, like to be a model or to be a star or anything like that. Yeah, you gotta be fucking drastically good looking to do any of those things. When you're looking for a relationship, people's standards tend to be higher than they should be. I'm not talking about standards of like being a responsible, practical adult, standards of work, standards of earnings, standards of anything else but looks. People tend to look for people outside of their number range, if you want to go by the number system that everybody seems to have, you know. Oh, she's a 3, she's a 7, she's a 5, or he's a 6, he's a 3, you know, that kind of thing. People always tend to look for people that are like 2 or 3 numbers ahead of them. If you're a 3 and you're looking for a 6, you're probably gonna have a bad time. But you shouldn't be rating yourself by numbers to begin with, and you shouldn't be rating others by numbers to begin with. But I feel like the standards of people looking for people to bang and or have a relationship with, they tend to be a bit too high. And they tend to base a lot of those standards on looks instead of actual character content. So, don't do that. You're not gonna find anybody if your standards are way too fucking high or out of your own league. Baines. I'll give you $7.50 for it. Cool. Baines. I don't know how to do. And that's the Demos tangent for now. Try not to be too goddamn picky. Be picky when it comes to how good of a person they are and how lazy and or proactive they are. You don't want to be a super duper duper lazy person and get with somebody who always wants to go out and always wants to go dancing and have fun and everything like that. Don't date a super high energy person unless you're trying to get them to make you super high energy too. Because you are just not going to match each other. And she's going to get mad at you. And don't fake it either. If you're low energy, like introverted, find a slightly more energy and just as introverted person as you who can probably bring you up a bit. But damn. If you're gonna be introverted, be introverted together. Enjoy the same room together while you're all both are playing Guild Wars 2 or something. Or she's playing, you know, like Switch games and you're playing computer games. Make a setup so that you're on a couch together. And you can put your arms around each other. Like, be introverted together. Watch anime together. Have anime time. Have dinner time. You know? Be. Some people just want somebody to watch anime with, bro. All the other stuff is cake. Like, find somebody who you can literally turn to and say, yo, this is just an example, by the way. I don't know what anybody watches. This is just an example of what I would probably do. Like, yo, you want to binge watch Supernatural? And she'd be like, who wouldn't want to do that? Then at that point, I know I've found somebody. It's like, yo, you want to watch, like, all of Kaguya-sama Love is War, like, right fucking now? And if she says, like, take me, then, yeah, I know I found the right person. Or if she's like, can we do it while we're watching it? That'd be kind of awkward. Because I know I'd move faster whenever Chica was in frame. I am so disgusting. Degenerate. I am a degenerate. Degenerate. That went off the rails there. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not horny in here. This is not a horny channel. This is an extremely horny channel. I don't know about you guys, but Demos is a horny kitty. All right. I just don't project it very often. You can basically see how horny I am by the plot and backstory channel. There's some major horny kitty stuff going on there. Get out of my way. What do you want? No, I don't want your shit. I don't want your garbage. Yeah, back to cards. Oh my god, just give me the cards that we need. I am so sick of this achievement. This is bullshit. Smells like Cypress Hill concert in here. I don't rent to those kinds of people. What movie was that from, guys? Please tell me one of you know this. I know Techno wouldn't know, but one of you two might actually be watching some of the movies that I've watched. I doubt it. But it doesn't hurt to check. Because I'm a very early millennial, movies were the only thing we could really watch before YouTube came out. YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff. Because there was no on-demand TV. And if it was on-demand, you had to, like, push a button and then make a phone call and then give your credit card information, and it was usually ridiculous amounts of money. Pay-per-view was like you had to wait until the pay-per-view was going to roll around. So you had to wait until, like, the showing at 6 p.m., and you better have paid for it at 5:30. That's how shitty on-demand stuff was, quote-unquote. You had to wait for it to play. On-demand stuff didn't happen until roughly 2008. With the exception of, like, YouTube, which happened in 2006. Then Redbox, then Netflix. I remember renting from a Redbox. Wow. And then I discovered Netflix, and when I got Netflix for the first time in 2010, I went under the anime section because I was like, ooh, what do I watch? You know, because I can finally actually watch, like, several episodes of anime without having to, like, download it or ask a friend for it. So the first thing I found was Full Metal Alchemist. But it wasn't Brotherhood, it was the original Full Metal Alchemist, and I watched that all the way through. Then as I was, like, perusing, I was like, what the hell is Queensblade? Queensblade was on Netflix, completely uncensored, and it was rated Y14. Yeah, in 2010. All was it 2 or 3 seasons? There was at least 1 season on there, but Queensblade was on Netflix, available to teenagers. To young teenagers. I was like, Netflix, you're alright. You're alright. At least back then it was. It seems like a lot of the services we take for granted now, like Netflix, Uber Eats, DoorDash, things like that, they were really, really good ideas, and they were really, really affordable. Now, it costs you, like, your firstborn to get something from Uber Eats or DoorDash, and Netflix has just become so goddamn greedy that nobody really wants to use them anymore. And why do that when you can just pirate Netflix shows anyway? Like, why have to go through the rigmarole of, like, scrolling through the program when you can just click next on your computer hard drive? Lol. Fuck you, companies. We're just gonna steal your shit. And there's a lot of people I know that have gone, like, completely anti-America in America. They canceled all their, like, Netflix, Amazon, all that other stuff accounts. So... And I don't blame them for doing so, because American businesses have become so goddamn greedy and can't just live with the status quo of making, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars and giving their investors normal amounts of money. No, they gotta keep pumping that out. They gotta be the best competitive business they can be. And so that causes greed and all kinds of problems. Like, why don't you just live with what you got, bro? Can't take it with you. American investors sitting there going, oh, well, I'll take my money elsewhere. Then do it, bitch. Take your fucking blood money somewhere else from the emerald mines. We don't fucking want it, Musk. Get the fuck out of our country with your Nazi ass. And I hope you're listening to this, you piece of shit emo garbage. Because nobody cares about you, Musk. Absolutely nobody. And all you're doing is just making it worse. Actually, the only reason people do care about you is because they have to constantly fucking see you. Just like we have to watch that orange garbage bag talk. If that's really talking. How the hell did that dragon fit in the bag? Don't ask fucking questions. This store is not for you and your questions. I'm not saying that I told a wizard to make every single bag in this store a bag of holding. I'm not saying that. But you could imply it. Yeah, get out of here, nerds. Fucking stinky ass nerds too. That shit's almost empty. Why is this almost empty? I better have been selling shit tons of these. Nope, full fucking shelf. Lazy ass cocksuckers. What do we got here? Well, actually, them sucking cock has nothing to do with their work ethic. So, lazy ass bitches. No, because that's not fair either. Layabouts? Look. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. This is not getting me closer to my leveling, nor to my ghost cards, nor to my collection of cards. Let's move this along. I have to keep stocking this fucking place every night. No. Go over here, apparently. Claim. And that game again. Is that thing on sale or something? Rather it be... no, not that one. This one. I better go check the price of that game. All of a sudden, it's selling a whole bunch of copies, and I don't know why. No, that's fine. So is that. These lazy sacks of shit once again, refuse to, like, put one on a shelf. Just put it there. Just put it there. That way I can stock another box and we'll have more stock. Oh my god, I'm trapped on the wall. Look at this again. I better not have these in the stock room. Oh my god. What is wrong with these goddamn NPCs? What is the major malfunction? Why? Is it because the shelf only takes one? I'm about to fire all of them. And just do it my fucking self. Are they quiet quitting? What the hell's going on here? Alright, I ordered one of each of those. I need one of each of those. The shell one and the green lady. That guy. This gal. Sorry, I had to scratch my face. Rare. Okay. I was about to say medium. Yes, I'd like a box of medium cards, please. That'd be super. Super. Okay, 2 bats and one of each of the rest of tier 4. I know I did. I need kitsunes. I did not. Okay. Lazy sacks of shit. I don't know why I bother paying them. And it could just be like last second shoppers, but it's kind of annoying that I completely and totally stock all the back shelves. And then these fuckers don't even have the store, like, fully stocked by the time they leave. Because this takes up, like, a good couple minutes of the day. And a couple minutes of the day is a couple of hours. And these fuckers still can't manage to stock all the things correctly. It's not like the other NPCs are in their way. They can walk through them. Oh my god, I'm walking around like a drunken idiot. And it's not like this is a confusing shelving system or anything. Oh, I forgot to order another box of those. This guy. Is his shelf empty? No, thank God. At least something went right today. You know, that's an advertisement from a whiskey maker called Dewar's. It says, Dewar's, at least something will go right today. Wow, it's like, wow, that's optimistic, right? Alright, we got cards on the table, we got all that. Okay. Oh, oh, ow. Ow. I should go do my fucking laundry. We've been on for 3 hours. We'll do a little bit more, but I really need to go do my laundry. It's sitting in the dryer in the washer. I wasn't having extremely high hopes for getting anything super fantastic on this stream, but just in case, we'll get some more boxes. We'll probably wait until about 11. 2 o'clock your time. I thought Techno said he was gonna make up last night's stream tonight, but I have not seen hide nor hair of the gentleman, unless he's on right now and I just don't know it. No, of course not. Oh, excuse me. This video is going to be an edit to bitch with all of my random bullshit to put up on YouTube. I have been saving the episodes, and I do plan on making a video. Maybe I'll just truncate all of it into one episode. Anytime we're opening packs, we're gonna open them at super lightning fast speed. And yeah. Especially me, like, complaining about 90% of the game. Yeah. We'll probably leave that up too. Either that or I'll just give, like, a critique at the end. Something like, hey, you should really make this a little bit faster and more attainable. And I'll say how many hours I actually put into the game, because it'll be maybe like 2 or 3 episodes. And I'll have like 70, 80 hours of footage. That guy was not new. And he was like $1,000. Why are you dinging if it's not new? Who cares? Oh, you got a pretty high value card there. Nobody cares. Yeah, there we go. A new card. That's fine for dinging. What do we have here, Kevin? Are you not using channel points? Wait, no. Is that bad? How bad is that? How bad is that? Words? This doesn't give me anything. Yeah, that just brings me straight to Twitch. What is this? This video is going to be an edit to bitch with all of my random bullshit. An edit to bitch to put up on YouTube. I have been saving the episodes. Oh my god! On making a video. Maybe I'll just truncate all of it into one episode. Anytime we're opening packs, we're gonna open them at super lightning fast speed. And yeah. Edits to bitch. That's amazing. Oh god. Words are hard. Words are very hard. It's not my fault, my crane brainium being mean to me. As Ray would say, my crane brainium. It's not working. Ugh. Get off of here and have a snack in a bit. The lights are on. I don't know why I'm freaking out over here. Ugh, dear God. That's not new, damn it. Stop dinging on things that aren't new. Wow. And edit to bitch. No, that sounds about right. Never mind. It makes sense because all I do in these games is bitch. You know, and in my crane brainium at the time, I thought I said the right words correctly. I thought I said a bitch to edit. And wow. Wow. Video evidence. Actual concrete video evidence. And I'm not going to walk it back like a politician. I'm just going to say, yep, that was my brain right there. You're welcome. I suppose you people want to go home. Damn. $1 back from 350. Woof. Exact change, thank you, sir. Why do you need 3 of these placemats? Bro, what's going on here? You okay? $6.99, god damn. Thank you? Holy shit. Well, I mean, they're stocked better than they were yesterday. I suppose that's a bonus? Yet, there's no boxes of that outfit. Really? What is this? This is rare. Okay. Ah, wrong one. No. Now you're gonna stand there like, oh. Like, no, I don't want the garbage. Don't want any of your garbage. The rest of the shelves seem stocked. That's not... Oh, come on, man. It's right here. I know there's only one left, but it's right here. Do it right so that I can stock properly. You gonna buy something? Okay, leave. Maybe I should just make all these cards market price. Just anytime I put it down, just go boom, boom. But then how would I gouge my customers? I can't be an American business owner and not gouge my customers. That just seems counterproductive. Where am I supposed to make the majority of my money? Alright, 2 of those. Anything else missing out of here? No. Okay. All of the playmats, besides one, seem to be fine. The one just after the bee-looking guy. This one here. And then the emo pad. That one. Red deck. Ah, face is itchy. Yellow deck boxes. Both sets of albums. Those are figurines. Eat one of each of these bad boys. And then one of those. Those are all fine. First tier stars. Second tier, nothing missing. Third tier stars. Fourth tier, pigs and rocks. Oh, and that guy again. And that appears to be it. Damn, the shelf pulls me to it. Okay, everything else seems to be fine. Stinky machines are primed. Make sure all of this is stocked. That those dipshits actually do their job. Which doesn't seem to be working anyway. Oh, damn, I bought the wrong one again. I really wish you could return stock. I was supposed to get the B, not this one. Oh my god. Get in your hole. Get in your home. You too good for your home? Oh my god, I ordered more of the wrong stuff. Why? This bullshit. I swear I did the right thing. See, I need to stop playing now because I ordered too much of the... I'm gonna sit here for a second. Just, because apparently I'm not moving or doing anything correctly, and I've scared the dog. Yes, run away, scaredy cat. Run to mommy and daddy. Oh god. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. I'm apparently clicking all the wrong things and doing all the wrong things. Okay, let's order these games again. I could have swore I ordered... Oh, that's why I thought they were here and not here. That's where I did that wrong. Okay, that's done. Now we have 3 freaking boxes of extra stock that I can't sell back. See, you can sell back for a discounted price. You can sell back like furniture, like shelving. So if I pick this up, sell, you know, and it'll probably sell it for less than I paid for it. But I suppose I can always use the stock. It's just gonna sit there. It's just gonna be in the way. It's fine, I guess. But now that I have these 3 things of overstock, those things are not going to move for several days. That was all my fault, wasn't the game's fault. No critique on the game except I can't sell back inventory if I don't need it. And maybe just like charge the delivery fee or something and give me most of the money back. Not like half the value. But usually when you buy something from the distributor does not want it back. They've made their sale. You're shit out of luck. Hey, a new one, yay! I wonder how long it took Bushwhack 18 to, like, get a big enough audience that was willing to pay all those bits to interrupt him during his videos and such. Or, yeah. Like doing the meme videos of the video games or anything like that. Wonder how long it took him to get that audience in general. What was he doing before those videos? So, you guys like gladiator movies? Never seen one. It wasn't a legitimate question, it was a joke. I don't know, Gladiator was pretty good. I don't remember seeing any of the old, like, what's his name, Charlton Heston shit? Does Dune count? Not really. Not really a Gladiator movie. This is random, but I really hope the rest of the world sort of like gathers together and shuns and shames the United States until they get back to normal. This is like one of the youngest countries on the planet. And yes, it went through some growing pains, but people were like, okay, it went through a lot of the bullshit that it needed to go through. Let's hope it stabilizes. And boy, were they wrong. So I hope the rest of the world gathers against this country and basically shames it and basically doesn't do deals with it or anything like that until they learn how to behave like the rest of the world. And obviously I'm not including like North Korea, Russia, or any of the other like highly fascist nations outside of this one. Because if you don't think this nation is going to be fascist very, very soon, you're very, very wrong. It already is. The people have fallen for the propaganda. Now they just have to implement everything. And if you don't think that DOGE, the Department for Government Efficiency, is the new Gestapo, you need to look at that. You need to look at that. Saw a great comment from a teacher who was just done with it. Yeah, what? This nation was supposed to be predicated on pure democracy. And look where that has gotten us. All it took was the upper 1% and what, another 5% of the people, so 6% total, to literally turn it into a fascist nation in the span of 120 years. It took longer. But it's starting to happen, people. And if you can't see that, woo, when some billionaire motherfucker walks up during the inauguration celebration and does a straight up 100% unequivocal Nazi salute twice, once to the crowd and once to the boxes behind him, bro. And then they try to play it off. Oh, he was just excited, and you know that you're not really seeing what you're seeing. No, what I saw was a 100% fascist Nazi salute that was given in every single Nazi gathering ever. 100% a Nazi salute. Which tells me that Elon Musk is a fascist douchebag who has always wanted fascism in his country. and couldn't get it in South Africa, couldn't get it in the UK. So what did he do? He brought his garbage to America. Yay, thanks. Thanks, South Africa, for giving us your human garbage. You can have him back, by the way. We don't want him anymore. We have enough trash human beings here as it is. We don't need that billionaire piece of shit. He can go take his billions and leave this country. And the country will be better for it. 100%. And Zuckerberg can go and drown himself off the piece of the island in Hawaii that he illegally obtained. And Bezos, well, he can go get in one of his dick rockets and it can blow up. The world will be a better place without those three people in it. I personally hope that the orange garbage bag dies during a presidential speech of some kind. Like, he literally has an aneurysm and a stroke at the same time, shits his pants, and drops dead on stage. That would make me laugh so fucking hard, you have no idea. I would probably piss my pants laughing. To see it on national TV in front of everyone, just watch that thing go bleh on stage. Time to go find the Death Note. Oh, we should have found that, 10 years ago, bro. That should have happened a long time ago. None of this should have happened. People shouldn't have been this greedy. The housing market crash shouldn't have happened. Like, all of the things that happened because people keep getting more and more greedy. That's the only reason that they happen. If people weren't as greedy, and people were just happy with having lots of money, being well off, and sharing the rest of their money, like sharing the rest of the company's money with the people who actually get things done for the company, like they used to, things would have been fine. The way things were financially in the 1950s and 60s were 100% better than they are now. Companies used to give pensions. When a company made ridiculous amounts of money in a quarter, like, everybody wanted something, right? Some grand thing, like everybody all of a sudden started buying more pistachios or some shit. The pistachio company, when they got their record profits for the quarter, would pay their investors the money they were promised, and which would be optimistic, but it wouldn't be ridiculous. But the investors would get paid the money they were promised, and everybody else would get a bonus. So whatever profits were made and whatever bills had to be paid, overhead and everything else, whatever the pure profit was, over the amount of profit that they had to pay to investors, and to, like, if they promised the CEO, if record profits happened, then he made an extra 10%, whatever. But everything else would have been divided into bonuses and given to the employees. Because, hey, everybody made extra money, good, here's more money. That's what used to happen. That doesn't happen anymore. Every company used to have a pension program. And there was, in your standard company, there was hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in those pension funds, all sitting there and waiting for employees that worked for that company since their 20s went to retire. And not only would they get their Social Security check, they would also get their pension fund from whatever company they were working for to supplement their income, and they wouldn't be taxed on either of them because they were set as Roth IRAs. You know, they were set as something that you already paid the taxes on that money for your pension, and then you got your pension money. The idea was to make senior citizens, people who had officially retired, not have to pay taxes anymore and just collect the money from Social Security and whatever pensions they had. That was the way it was supposed to be. But then the greedy children of the greatest generation and the greedy children of the boomers, the Gen Xers, waltzed into those companies and said, no, drain those pension funds. They get Social Security. That's more than enough than they need. We need to cut funding. We need to cut bonuses. Bonuses need to be cut out. Nobody needs that money except us, the investors. Greedy little children, man. Elon Musk is one of those people. Jeff Bezos is one of those people. Oh, Jeff Bezos worked his way up. No. Jeff Bezos was given loans from a whole shitload of family members and friends that had a whole shitload of money, and he built his company on that. And he had people backing him up and probably saving him sometimes. Your normal person isn't going to do that. And when he finally grew as a business, he started pushing other companies out of online sales. He started basically barricading anyone else from selling books online. That's why Barnes & Noble and, what was it? Barnes & Noble. There was another one. Another big box book company. I used to go there all the time. Anywho, several companies, Amazon would frequently buy the books cheaper and undercut them. And then started offering free shipping on certain types of books. And then the next thing you know, they got so big that people didn't even realize that they got so big so quickly and integrated themselves into shipping services, especially the United States Postal Service. Around 2009, was getting royally screwed by the federal government. So they made sure, Amazon made sure that they had a juicy contract with the United States Postal Service for cheaper postal rates and guaranteed deliveries to rural areas. And then the next thing you know, Amazon starts selling everything and you're not even really sure when it happened. This is literally what happened to us. Because in 2003, we were all sitting around watching TV and it was like, oh, this new company, Amazon, that's been around for a couple of years, sells textbooks online. And that's all we really thought they sold. And then a couple of years later, they're like, oh yeah, Amazon sells all kinds of books now. All the books you can find at every bookstore are now available on Amazon, right? So we're sitting here like, what in the hell's going on? And then the next thing you know, I don't hear about Amazon for like 5 years. And then somewhere around like 2010, 2011, it's the only thing people use to buy things online. And I'm like, where the fuck did all this shit come from? I remember going on to Amazon and the only thing I could find there was textbooks back in the day. Textbooks, sometimes, you know, like books that you can't find, obscure videotapes, things of that nature that weren't available except in bookstores or libraries or some shit. And then the next thing you know, they're selling the fucking planet. It happened like that. It felt like overnight. I'm sure it didn't happen overnight, but it felt like it. But none of the people you see that are billionaires are self-made billionaires. Every single one of those people took an idea and ran with it that they shouldn't have. In case in point, Zuckerberg. and Gates. Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. They shouldn't have done the things that they did and gotten all the money that they got. And then you have somebody like Elon Musk, who literally just invested in the right things at the right time and had no idea what he was doing. Because all of his ideas that he put forward in all the companies that he was a part of, everyone told him to shut the fuck up because all of his ideas were horrible. Absolutely horrible. They were like, no, we're not renaming this company X, number one. Number two, stop talking and just give us your money. And we'll give you lots of money back. That was Elon Musk's career right there. He had no good original ideas. He rode off of everybody else's. And he was a silver spoon child. Not to mention, Bill Gates was a silver spoon child. So was Zuckerberg. And so was and so was Jeff Bezos. Every single one of those people was given everything. They wanted for nothing their whole lives. All of them went to Ivy League schools or higher end schools. All of them were considered outcasts. And they basically raised the middle finger to everyone, which is obviously something that inspires a lot of people. But at the same time, all of their money was earned on the backs of others and never by their own two hands. Except for maybe slightly Bezos. Just lift yourself up by the bootstraps. Yeah, have a small loan of $1 million. Exactly. I'd love a small loan of $1 million. Somebody wants to give that to me, I'll run away. I'll take it and run. Every single one of those billionaires does not know what it's like to be a normal person. A financially normal person. They don't know what it's like. Because they've always had people help them. 100% of the time, every single step of the way. Those guys did not struggle even once. They might have mentally struggled because, like, they didn't get what they want exactly when what they wanted exactly when they wanted it. But they moved past that part. That must have been their struggle right there. They didn't get their instant gratification, and so they were angry, and they threw fits like babies, probably. But they ended up getting what they wanted. Just, it took longer, and that was insulting. And I'm not going to cry when one of those dudes get cancer. You know why? Because they had years and years and years of having billions of dollars. And they didn't do one good goddamn thing with it. Somebody like Musk went and said, oh, I'm giving $100 million to this charity, so a drop in the bucket. Is what you're saying. You're giving them the least amount of money. Is basically what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god. I have an idea. No, never mind. I'm not gonna bother with it. Anyway, I've just made myself very, very mad with this. You know, and the idea that, oh, you're just mad because they have money and you don't. Well, yeah. That's kind of the point. Just like, of course, people are going to be mad when somebody has everything and they practically have nothing. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I have nothing, but I am saying that if I want anything close to what they have, I would have to work 5,000 of my lifetimes to get it. I just read a thing that said, if you earned $1,000 a day, 365 days a year, and lived for 2,000 years, you still wouldn't have $1 billion. And it's true. You'd have something like 760 million. But you would not have $1 billion. 2,000 years. $1,000 a day. You know what I could do with $1,000 a day now? A lot. A lot of things would be paid. A lot of happiness would ensue. Okay, all that's done. My god, why don't people ever fucking stock anything in this goddamn store? Why? I think I'm gonna fire the slow kid and, like, hire somebody better. Because, like, nothing's fucking getting done in here. Like, I'm used to seeing these things groaning with wares, and then we've got like, oh, well, somebody came in before the store closed and grabbed 3 of these. It's like, bro, whatever. And we only seem to sell 2 of these a fucking day. I'm gonna fill the entire store with them so that the only thing here is these bundle packs. I don't care if we have to spend like an hour after the store closes and make 5,000 more of them. It's too bad I can't just get it to like make it itself. You know, like any other sort of like sim game where you can just like tell the table to like make you 50 of something and then walk away from it. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's buy the correct one this time, which is this one. And the bees again. I don't know why that's so popular all of a sudden. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to the popularity of this shit. By the way, have you seen what's been going on with Pokemon cards, guys? Holy balls. It's just getting worse. Like, Kevin or Intricity, whichever one of you posted the Pokemon card thing in the Poke Your Mom channel. And it was just like, I was like, oh, well, you know, that's just an isolated incident. That's not really a thing. That's not really what's going on. No, it's going on everywhere. And it's fucking horrible. Like, apparently, people cannot keep that shit on the shelves. They just can't. Scalpers come in, and they just, like, swoop everything. It's fucking crazy. Like, getting a hold of a Prismatic Legends thing is apparently akin to, like, winning a small lotto. finding those in a retail store for retail prices. Their parents set them up with the pay to win account. Oh yeah, they did back in the day for the billionaires. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Pokemon scene is just getting fucking crazy. I'm just like, really? Why is this a thing all of a sudden now? What else did I need? Oh, 2 boxes of stars. Chapter 1. Kind of interesting. Right there. And then red and yellow. Yeah, I've been like seeing it all over Reddit though. People are just like every time, and they're like, I go home, you know, and these people are just like normal Pokemon collectors, and they're just like, yeah, I go home, you know, like after work, but I like stop by Target, Walmart, and whatever, just to get something, you know, just want to open a pack or two, just want to like have a little bit of fun and everything. And they're like, I walk in there and the shelves are just empty. Like, not even just the prismatic legends or anything. It's all Pokemon sets right now. It doesn't matter if it's the stuff that was like sold. Like, Costco cannot keep that shit on the shelves, and I guess Costco has just decided to ban any Pokemon products that come into their stores now. They're just like refusing to buy them from other stores. Just like, nope, we're not buying that shit anymore. We don't want people to have fucking fist fights in our aisles, which has happened several times on video. So they were just like, nope, we're not buying any more Pokemon product because we do not want this kind of toxicity in our stores. And so there's a lot of scalpers now that are hitting up wherever they can, like any of the last remnants in Costco, anything in Target, Walmart, like wherever they can possibly find Pokemon cards, like Best Buy, anywhere and everywhere. They are just like clearing out shelves if they're allowed to, and scalping all the shit on eBay and Amazon. And people on Amazon will pay more because they get free Prime shipping. That's usually the only reason reselling on Amazon works out for you. That's if you're ungated in any of the products they don't want you to be they don't want you ungated in. So that dude that I watched recently, watched a lot of his videos, Phoenix Resale, thought it was a really cool channel at first, thought it was like a come up channel. And it turns out the dude was just super lucky with his Amazon account because he had been selling used books for like 2 years prior on used like religious texts and like normal books and all that other stuff that he would find on you know, at garage sales and like Goodwills and stuff, like a normal reseller. But he sold all these books on Amazon for like 2 years prior, and then started selling used video games. But it was because his seller account was old enough, I guess, and like he had a couple of like good what do you call those, product reviews and all that other stuff. That's the only reason he was allowed to just en masse sell this shit on Amazon. And it was during the pandemic, which made his sales practices even worse. But yeah, most of the people that tried to follow in his footsteps and tried to sell video games on Amazon also ran into a fucking wall. So they would start an Amazon seller account and be like, okay, yeah, this is me. I want to sell these things. Here we go. Let's list some items. And they'd put some used video game. They try to put some used video games up, and Amazon would say, "Oh no, you can't sell used stuff. Nope. You need to sell new things. You need to sell new things for at least this long. And if you want to sell used items, you have to have proof that you've been selling used items for like 5 years, and you have to have like detailed accounts of how you picked up the items and how you sold them." Yeah, so there's a lot of people that immediately got disillusioned and were just like, I can't sell these video games for these prices. And the thing that this dude, this Phoenix Resale dude, would always emphasize in every single one of his videos was that he was scanning the video games with his Amazon seller app. So he would get Amazon prices, Amazon Prime prices, because he did fulfill by Amazon instead of fulfill by merchant. So he would get Amazon fulfilled by Amazon prices for all of his games, and yeah, he could stock up and sell them until the cows came home. Other people would get it, and then they'd try to scan these used games, and it's like, oh no, you're restricted from selling this, you're restricted from selling this, you're restricted from selling this. So everything they scanned was a restriction. It's like, how the fuck? You know, and then some people who were allowed to sell some used games weren't allowed to sell Nintendo games, or they weren't allowed to sell used Sega games, or they weren't allowed to sell used PlayStation games. So it's like, it took out like a good corner of their market the second they tried to sell on Amazon. But eBay's totally open for everybody. But everyone continuously complains about eBay fees, and you have to send the items yourself, and they don't have customer service or anything else like that. When you sell on Amazon and you get it fulfilled by Amazon, they handle the customer service and everything, and you get returns and get your money taken away from your account regardless of anything you say. But you don't have to fight those people. You just get the return, and the money gets taken away. But with eBay, you not only have to fight with the person who is buying from you because they're trying to scam you. 90% of the time when somebody's trying to return an item, especially if you posted it as, this is in good working condition, this is exactly what it looks like, it's as is, and they're trying to return it, they're trying to get their money back and keep the item. So, or they're trying to get a partial refund, they keep the item, but, you know, you don't have to return the shipping costs to them. Amazon, it doesn't happen that way. They just literally say, the item has been returned, sorry, we're taking the money back. Oh, well, they're not taking the money back, but they leave a charge on your account. And you have to pay that. So, yeah, it's fun for anybody who's not a big business. Because a big business can literally tell you to go fuck yourself. But if it's something little like a return, Amazon will just sit there and go, yeah, it's not our problem. The customer said it was bad, so therefore it's bad. And so far, like, I've only had to return one thing to Amazon, and it was because it wasn't working, and they instantly said, yeah, no problem. Just put it in a box and bring it to this UPS store, and they'll wrap it up for you, and we'll take it back. And we'll send you a new one. Were you guys listening to any of that? Or is it just like, sure, demos. Like, that's nice, demos. fucked around and found out people will just take the good cards out of collector tins and return the reset? Yeah. We were supposed to? No, you weren't really. Unless you guys, like, sell on Amazon or something, or eBay. Yeah. I remember my first experience with this. Experience realizing that people do really crummy shit like this. So, I was watching this guy do pack openings of Throne of Eldraine back in the day. And he had a couple of these videos that were like, WTF, Amazon. And the dude had received like 4 or 5 like collector gift boxes, and they had like 10 packs of normal Throne of Eldraine and 1 collector's pack that, you know, would come in the collector boxes that were like 3 times the amount of the original booster box. So it was a pretty good deal at the time, because you got a collector's booster plus 10 packs of the normal cards that you could still get good shit out of. So you were like, cool. So this guy orders a whole case of them, opens up the case, they're sealed and everything. He opens them up and finds out that every single one of them was missing the collector pack. People had literally ordered a case of them, opened them up, took the collector's packs out, resealed them. They must have had like a vacuum sealer machine or something in their house, and are probably used to doing this. They had resealed them and sent them back to Amazon as a return, as like wrong item or something. And then these poor bastards would send it to somebody else, like this guy. He opens them up, every single one of them is missing. It's just like, holy shit. And yeah, there are some people, like Kevin mentioned, who will just buy the collector's tins, take out the good cards, and just send the thing back and say, oh, it was crap, I didn't want it. It was the wrong one. It's like, well, why did you open it? And they'll just say, well, I'm sorry, you know, I got excited and I opened it and it was the wrong one. Like, all of these packs are open. Yeah? And some people are just gonna sit there and defend their garbage behavior, and people have to take it. You don't even need to reseal. The Amazon worker just sees the box and marks it refurbished. Renewed. It's a renewed box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I imagine their accounts get flagged after a while doing that, though. So that's when you just make a new Amazon account and do it again. Like they're gonna care. They're like, nah, we did something about it. We banned the person. Oh, they made a new account? Oh, that's terrible. We'll wait for them to, you know, go against the terms of service like 10 times before we do anything about it. And we'll just lock their account out too. And then we'll just wait for them to make a new one. Hey, another new one. Woo! Yeah, I think it's almost that time, actually. We're getting on 4 hours anyway. And I've really gotta go refresh my laundry and fold it. Get a snack. Clean up a little bit of things that I have in the kitchen. I gotta make sure I get a pizza box and some other stuff tossed into the garbage before garbage day. And then, yeah, go to bed. Get up and do it all over again. At least I have tomorrow off, which is nice. I'd stay on longer, but quite honestly, I have so much shit to do. I'm considering starting my, card sorting streams. I would have been mad about my $15, but that also taught me that packs were an even bigger scam anyway, for sure. Especially when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I think. Because I remember we opened we opened like 4 or 5 boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and most of them were all the same thing. Slightly different variations or something like that. I mean, maybe the Japanese packs are better slightly, but most of it was just not very many cards, not a lot of variety. And it's not like Magic or Pokemon or anything is any better. And apparently Pokemon is just... Whoever prints Pokemon right now is just really, really, really bad at meeting print demand. And I mean really, really, really bad.